The pick is in.
With the number 22 pick, the Los Angeles Chargers select Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina, presented by LinkedIn. Here to dive into this with me, it is Dan Wade, one of the hosts over at Locked On Chargers. And Dan, a lot of places the Chargers could have gone with this selection, a lot of players available for the Chargers that maybe not a lot of people expected to be there. Ashton Jeanty goes to Las Vegas as the number one running back. Omarion Hampton is number two. How are you feeling about the pick?
I think with the way the board fell to them, I like the pick. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised when Jim Harbaugh and this new regime go offensive tackle with the 5th overall pick. And then after the running game still struggled in 2024, end up trying to find that franchise guy in the 2025 draft. I think with the way the board fell, with positional needs that they really had, defensive line being one of them, and the run that we saw on defensive tackles in the first round, and just the value of Omarion Hampton, maybe one of the only true kind of first-round caliber players left on the board at a positional need for them. I didn't pick that to be the pick, but I do think I understand the direction they're trying to go and really committing to this running game. And if you're talking about a running back that was built for a Greg Roman type of running scheme, it would come out of the lab looking a lot like Omarion Hampton does. So from that standpoint, I think they hit it on the head.
What are some of the strengths that you see Omarion Hampton bringing to this Chargers team? You mentioned Greg Roman is very committed to running that football. Omarion Hampton is a very intriguing player. Why do you think he was the pick for the Chargers at 22?
I think he's a pick because he really fits the kind of culture change that they are instilling in Los Angeles, which is a physical, rugged type of player that doesn't really need a lot of help to get his own kind of yardage and things like that. If he has to tough it out, he can. And he also, I think, maybe is a little underrated as far as maybe not being a true home run threat, but the amount of, 15, 20 plus yard runs that he can create with just his style of physicality. I think that it really is the biggest reason why the Chargers would go in this direction. They could have potentially, if they wanted a complimentary back to Najee Harris, went with a Travion Henderson. But this was a move made with the future in mind. Najee Harris is on a 1-year deal. This is a guy that can be Najee Harris for you in the next, for the next 5 years potentially. And I think another thing they're telling us with this pick is we're ready now. We're starting the window right now. We're taking a running back, which could be seen as a luxury pick instead of potentially a bigger need. We're going with a running back because we feel like we're right there and can maybe take the next step. And that starts with improving the running game. And I think Omarion Hampton can bring that.
Still a lot of work to be done for the Chargers. Dan, where do you see the Chargers going with their remaining draft capital as they try to round out the roster?
Now that they ended up getting a running back, which I said could be seen as a luxury pick, it does leave some pretty big holes left on this roster. I think the edge rusher room is something that has to be addressed right now because Khalil Mack's on a 1-year deal. They need an heir apparent to him. And then I think just firepower offensively and the ability to protect Justin Herbert. Those jump to the top of the board now since they went running back in round 1. Finding an additional weapon, an additional pass catcher outside of Ladd McConkey would be huge. And also finding an improvement in the interior of the offensive line, whether that's a center, whether that's a guard that can come in and really compete for that starting left guard spot right away. If you're not protecting Justin Herbert and you don't get him another weapon, you kind of risk ending this season the way last season ended.
And for more coverage of the Los Angeles Chargers, you can subscribe to Locked On Chargers wherever you get your podcast. So more on Omarion Hampton. Let's hear from Locked On Tar Heels, who spent a lot of time covering Omarion Hampton up close.
Omarion Hampton is a bell cow 3-down back that will be a huge get for whatever franchise is fortunate enough to draft him. Hey there, it's Isaac Shade, the host of Locked On Tar Heels. Omarion Hampton has got everything you could want in your RB1, big play ability, pass protection, good hands in the pass game, and more. My favorite on-field trait of his is the absurd amount of yards after contact that he racks up every game. But here's what truly sets him apart to me. All Omarion Hampton cares about is winning, and he's committed to doing whatever he has to make that a reality. You know that Saquon Barkley video where he says, I'd rather get the younger guys some reps than me try to set my single game rushing record? Man, that is Omarion Hampton to a T. He's a head down, no frills, no ego, no locker room distractions, go to work, great teammate. Buy all the Omarion Hampton stock you can right now. For more on all things North Carolina Tar Heels, make sure you subscribe to Locked On Tar Heels wherever you get your podcasts.